War is bad for business, of course, unless you're in the business of feeding the war with ammunition, weapons, and food. But war still cannot mean just either fighting in the trenches or sitting and cowering at home. People do like to step out in an evening with friends and family to a restaurant for a bite, but no one is surprised if dinner is seasoned with some war. We step into the smart Ozero restaurant in a Kyiv suburb that's been hit by missiles. Which suburb hasn't? Too many empty seats at this and at other restaurants around, but they still draw enough loyal locals. That is not the only consequence of the war. The owner appears with something that does not quite belong to a restaurant.
Це противотанкова зброя, яка
The debris of Russian rockets is showcased as the pride of the place. Very soon, other effects of the war kick in. The lights go out. But everyone has learned to get by with temporary fixes and generators, and it's not long before the lights are back on again. After the missiles, we are shown the brewery, a little more restaurant-like. But of course, it's not business as usual.
Before the war and before the COVID, it was good, but when the COVID-19 started, of course, it started to be worse. It was going worse, but when the war started, it's even worse than it was before the COVID. In general, in 2 times, it became worse. It means in 30-40% about this, because it also depends where the restaurant is located. When we are talking about this area, it's normal, but when we are talking about the center, it's a little bit worse, even when we are talking about the center of Kyiv, because one restaurant in the center I have already closed.
Much of the staff has left to join the war.
Yes, unfortunately, we have also our staff that they are now in a military way, and thankfully they all are alive, but we hope that everything will be fine and they still will be alive.